Hello, and we're back with playing in Brazil. There's a couple things to start with. First of all, there've been like one or two hotfixes made by Paradox between this session and the last. Seems like the save overall isn't broken, but there's a few interesting changes. So I noticed they changed the thing here that was it was like a weak power block modifier that gave you minus 50% to cohesion. Apparently it wasn't working correctly before, and it wasn't being removed when you became a great power. But now it's also not here when I'm a major power. So I guess I shouldn't be complaining. It's going to be trending towards 50%, which is still not super much, but I think considering my legitimacy, which is 50%, that's not that much. Well, great, but the other not so great thing is apparently I have almost minus 2,000 units of grain missing in my market. And I know there's been some problems with grain before, it was quite expensive, but I don't remember it being that bad. Hopefully it's going to clear itself up, maybe after... I think something is wrong with subsistence farms, because they're not producing any grain almost at all, so hopefully it fixes itself in a week. We shall see. Yeah, that's... something strange happened here, we shall see in a moment, but another thing I want to talk about is... currently the situation in Brazil is not that great. Also, I think we lost some GDP, but I might be wrong. I thought we had like 12 million at the end of the previous session, but maybe I'm misremembering. Anyway, I was actually kind of close to noticing something important when I was playing during the last session, and that was I noticed I have almost the same GDP as Belgium, and then, oh yeah, it's because we have similar population, which is true, but I didn't really comprehend what it means, because so far I've been playing Brazil kind of like I would be playing Spain, which is kind of like, you know, mid-range nation, decent population, something you can work with. But Brazil has the population of Belgium, but instead of having two states where they can concentrate all of their industry and everything else, they have like 15, more or less. And the vast majority of the population, at least currently, maybe it's not so much at the beginning of the game, probably a lot of people migrated, is concentrated in 4 states over here. So I've been playing this game not really correctly, I feel. I haven't been really concentrating my efforts on those 4 regions. Everything else has like about 100-150k population. This is slightly more over here. Everyone now has terrible standard of living, probably because of the grain. But yeah, so the thing, I had terrible problems with like construction and infrastructure, but I think what I need to, also not enough universities. What I need to do is just ignore everything else for the time being, focus on those 4 states, and hope that eventually things are going to work out. Like, not sure if we're going to be able to make this a successful run in any way, but it is a bit of a learning experience, so at least I'll try to save it as much as possible. What is very important I check right now is what is currently... yeah, it's just in random places, so all of this goes away. This is not important right now. Those are mostly built, so sure, whatever. I'm going to put them at the end of the queue anyways. 9 weeks? How does that work? We're also slowly running out of money. There's... landowners are pissed off. Luckily they're not in a revolution of any kind. There's still this goddamn inept state religion. Though our laws at this point should be pretty okay for the most part. Not ideal taxation law, but that's not terrible at the same time. Total separation, National Guard, institutions... oh yeah, that's another thing. I think I need to focus institutions a fair bit more, especially health systems. And honestly, law enforcement as well, and probably education, because education is going to help me avoid building universities in all of those smaller states that barely enough have any population to maintain railways not to mention universities. Well, there's a lot of issues why the economy is dead, and we shall see. Actually, let's just let it run for like a week or two and see. Okay, the grain thing fixed itself, apparently. Investment rights are broken over here. Yeah, let's check the power block thing. Is it... Okay, it's still trending towards 48, so at least the grain problem is fixed. There's still not enough grain, frankly. It's past 52, that's way too expensive. We have some pretty big problems with Pops not having enough just money to spend on things. Apparently fish is somehow bigger problem than grain. What are we using for food industries? Meat. So what is even using the fish? What? It's just population just... I guess the grain is so expensive they started eating fish, and the price is similar. The problem is not the economy is completely dead. They actually... Oh, it's 12 million now, by the way. Yeah, so it was just the looks like the subsistence farms were just not producing for a week after the hotfix. So thank God that fixed itself. The problem is I cannot really fix my problems with infrastructure all over the place, because I don't have enough construction. I can't get enough universities everywhere to fix my issues with qualifications, and I'm already out of people to put to jobs because there's barely any peasants left. So that was quite a few issues, all things considered. Oh, this one has also decent population. So yeah. So what I'm going to do right now is first of all focus on getting the institutions to where I want it to be. I want level 4 health system, level 5 law enforcement, and level 2 education as soon as possible. So let's focus on that instantly. I will be building those in, as I said, those regions, regardless of where the peasants are. Because, frankly, even 22k peasants, it's not that much, especially with negative infrastructure. That doesn't really help me in any way. Just get them in the place where there's no construction penalty, which is only here apparently, but that's fine. One gives me 50, and I need how much? Oh, it's pretty much, yeah, the population is so small, which is something that I'm really used to, especially after playing Chink. The bureaucracy cost and investment is very small. Basically, it's one building per level of institution. So frankly, this should be enough, more or less. It should be done relatively quickly. The payments to government are pretty good. How are we doing on prestige? I think okay-ish. I could lower... doesn't really matter. I can increase taxes, but that doesn't really help me. Where's all my money going? Government wages, apparently. Government administration and construction sectors. I guess I have pretty high... I mean, 150 construction is not too bad considering my size. So maybe that's not a problem. Oh, and yeah, for example, one thing I noticed is the engines are lacking. But it's simply because the buildings are not finding full employment, because there's... I do have a building for engines somewhere. Let me find it. In 2 regions, but as you can see, they barely have any workers. It seems like it's slowly increasing. I could even consider getting the automation methods already, and I think I will focus them on those populous regions, just because like all the efforts are now focused on those 3 places. And I think, yeah, you can see there's barely any money coming from those consumption taxes. So let's remove most of those. Actually, let's see. And let's try to get some decrease. Again, let me see. I'm building right now, so I guess over here and here we'll put decrease to increase access to the market. Okay, there's still a lot of stuff missing. In theory, yeah, the problem is getting both Chile and I think Peru have access to sulfur, and I have built sulfur mines there, but they don't have any demand for them in their local markets, and the only way to create a custom market is having free mandates, which used to be a pretty significant problem with my very small cohesion, but might be much more doable now. Especially since Paraguay might be joining pretty soon. They're insignificant power, unfortunately, so that's not going to help much, but still. Maybe I'll be able to get, like, Venezuela, eventually. And of course, Magnanimous Monarch, I'm not sure I will be able to do it in the end, but we shall see. It all depends on how long this guy lives. He's 42, so in theory he might live until, like, the 20th century. Prussia is doing their play. Let's see, do they even stand a chance? I mean, there's only Germans on both sides for the time being. Both sides are confident, that's a good sign. Spain will join Austria, that is pretty big. Apparently in the hotfix they changed the bug that caused AI to not be building that much military. It should be changing, apparently. Oh, I forgot that Austria already lost a bunch of land to Prussia, so we'll see how that goes. So currently Spain has 60, France 200, Great Britain pretty low numbers, Russia pretty much what they start with. Yeah, it looks like the AI pretty much didn't build any amount of units. Austrians like me, oh that's nice. Russians don't like me, what? Russia is understandable because Russia is actually the most expanding of the great powers, because they can, whenever someone joins their power block, they can make them their vassal, which they do like doing in both Mexico and Argentina. Store wealth voting. Hopefully that's not gonna happen. Regime support. Oh yeah, am I doing any changes in laws in here? Yeah, they're getting their bureaucrats, and they have everything. So I will be able to switch their wealth voting eventually. Hopefully I will keep my monarchy, because switching all of my vassals, though they do get like plus 30 to passing laws that I'm ordering to, so it might not be that much of a problem. We shall see. We do have intelligentsia being very strong, so that's good. And we do have decent construction. You can see that the another part is the private investment funds are just not managing stuff. They just, there's not enough money for them to continue constructing, and I think they are not even able to privatize everything. If I were to look... Okay, this iron mines, for example. Yeah, it's still here mostly owned by the state. I think I built the most lumber mills, so let's check those out. And logging camps, yeah. Okay, here there's a few levels owned by the state. Here entirely owned by 22 levels. Well, a bit less, I guess. 19 levels owned by the state. Yeah, the investment fund is not managing to keep up with privatizing stuff. They do start under control of Russia, which, I mean, that's just historical. 1868, there's also Baltic Governorates. And Russia has been having a pretty good game, expanding into Erzurum. Already got the slice of Chinese pie, well, which I'm expecting more people. I'm interested to see how AIs actually cope with this. And apparently Qing falls very often on this patch. And also Russia has puppeted Argentina and Mexico. Yeah, probably means United States are not going to have a good game, which in my latest experience has been the case pretty often. We shall see though, it's after a hotfix, so might be slightly better for them. In 6 weeks those should be finished, and then I should just focus on finishing the institutions. The nice thing about the health system is the sudden increase by +2 to standards of living. should increase my number of loyalists by quite a bit. Great many problems. I'm sure they will be all eventually solved. Certainly. Can't I get just any sulfur? Well, a little. Doesn't solve the issue entirely, but at least a little bit. Fertilizer for Belgium. And also, yeah, we're paying the bureaucracy for nationally owned building levels, which I am trying to sell. I have a laissez-faire economy model. What's it called? Economic system, but... Oh yeah, I was also wanting to switch into free trade if possible. But it's not possible. Oh, because industrialists are not part of the government, I guess. It would piss off both landowners and rural folk. And the question is, do I want to do that? They're already quite pissed off. They don't have that much clout, but not little. Actually, it would be really nice, yeah, getting mutual funds, which seems like was my goal lately. Should probably just continue going this way. If I could get mutual funds technology, I would be able to switch my tenant farmers, which gives bonus 25% to landowners, into commercialized agriculture. Though wouldn't that... Yeah, it would weaken my magnanimous monarch, which would be pretty annoying, because as is, keeping this special content from Brazil would be pretty annoying. But we shall see. Okay, I managed to solve almost all my issues with not having enough goods in my market. Slowly. Let's try some steel, maybe. Okay. That's a slight improvement. Porcelain. Yeah, the prices are very high of a lot of stuff. I think I will focus on increasing the standard of living for the time being. I need to switch my mindset from playing like a big boys nation into actual just slight tiny guy. Not being... Oh my god, those guys joined the Russian Empire as well. Yeah, I did some slight changes. It's now called Enlightened Monarchs. Hopefully we'll stay in monarchy, but it's not guaranteed. Venezuela is probably going to be my next target when it comes to increasing my leverage. Luckily with increased cohesion, which is... Okay, now we're weak power block again, which I think is what's supposed to be happening. Russia is attacking China, which is China proper, which is also Taiwan, interestingly enough. Okay, we shall see if NAIS actually goes for any more land in China. It's about time. Okay, we're finished with construction, judging by the amount of money I'm making. Just a few places left. Do they even have... No, they don't have any railway. But, like, for example, here there's just no employment. Maybe it was just finished. You can see the standard of living in some places are really terrible. And there's a lot of reasons for it. Also, the turmoil is not helping. We should be finished. Are those administrative buildings finding enough workers here? They do. So what's the problem? Don't need glass, don't need this, don't need this. Don't need this, don't need this. Yes, okay. Some additional stuff. Okay, we're getting those institutions, but I will still need more administration. Yeah, a lot of people are just migrating. Where are you guys moving? To Michigan. Ah! Bolivia? Peru. Okay, well, that's not ideal. That's actually pretty bad, but okay. I mean, I'd really prefer people were actually moving to me. Oof. Yeah, I think I got this massive exodus event at some point. Which is the exact opposite of what I wished was happening, but not much that can be done. It seems like this is still the place with most job seekers, which I guess is what I should be most caring most about. Bakia has a decent amount, and they have decent amount of infrastructure as well, so let's plant another 5 here. And I guess those guys really need more railways in the end. So this is something that needs to be done, I guess. And those guys apparently as well. Unfortunately. This place should be fine. This is fine. This is okay. Sure. I need to limit my construction overall, mostly. Okay, health system. You can see, oh, you just noticed that on the map the red places became a little less red because of the health system. How are the Austrian-Prussian war going? Mixed, honestly. Spain is supporting Austria, and there's no one really supporting Russia. There's a naval invasion in Lubeck. It looks like it's Austria pushing, if anything. So that's interesting. Might end up having Austria-led Germany. But I think both sides will run out of war exhaustion before anything real happens. Though actually the numbers are looking much better for Austria. Just Spain and Bavaria are bringing almost as many troops as Prussia itself, and Austria has more. They have mobilized significantly more, I guess, than Prussia. There's the way AI decides to mobilize, it's kinda weird. Sometimes it's very hard to... Okay. I'm suddenly missing 800 units of iron. Okay, let's try to solve this issue somehow. Luckily there's plenty of people who would really like me to buy their iron. And the French, because we have a trade agreement with them, that's an easy idea. Peru also has trade agreement. Okay, got education. They are at game start. Oh yeah, you're talking about Finland. Yep. They've pretty been throughout the entire game period until the end of World War I, if I recall. It's the time that Finland freed itself. Contemplating starting to use some automation wherever I can. The question is, do I have enough tools and coal for it? So coal, it's 0, so that's not bad, and tools, slightly expensive, but not the end of the world as well. So maybe that's the way to go. So yeah, you can see that the penalty from turmoil is being difficult on my construction efficiency. Also limiting my taxes as well. That's why I need more police. Okay, I definitely have enough bureaucracy now. Somehow it's way more than I need. Okay, you can see that, yeah, you can see the exact moment healthcare started. This decrease is radicals. Instead of flipping into loyals, they just stop being radical. Which is good enough, honestly. Also, lowering taxes would be okay, but it's something that would be rather difficult. Nitroglycerin doesn't really change much. It does allow you to get more coal and other resources, but it's also pretty expensive in terms of population, just out of a lot more mortality. And I don't think I can afford it right now, especially with my population decreasing as is. Okay, the capitalists are privatizing stuff, but I'm not sure how effective that is. Apparently there are some bugs with privatization going on, so we got this. Do I care about it either way? Honestly, not really. I could strengthen the industrialist a little bit. And this guy has his thing again. Construction sector throughput, I guess. Yeah, I think there's no private construction because those guys are too busy privatizing everything. Which I suppose is good enough. Still money for me in the end. Just a bit delayed. There is less nationally owned buildings over here. This is actually a pretty good way to check the overall number. Of course, it's not directly, but as you can expect in a Paradox game, you have to find whatever you can. Agitator to enact cultural exclusion. That would be sort of interesting. Can I exile this guy? No. Because the church is part of the government? The government is also not great because it's 49 and it would have more legitimacy in the next bracket, 50 to 75. Oh, it's just the giant parties. They're not really work out, which is probably the reason why I have such low legitimacy every time. Okay, let me think for a moment. Health system. You can see, probably will be able to see drop in radicals in a second, but I definitely want to change my trade policy. Restricted child labor wouldn't be the worst, but it's not necessary. There's not much support for it, just the church. And the industrialists oppose it quite strongly, so that would be pretty annoying. This is not really important. More women's rights would be nice, but not really a priority. Migration control. No migration controls actually doesn't really play a role, I guess. Culture exclusion. I think with European cultures doesn't really change much. Ideally, I would want to accept as many cultures as possible so I could make them make it possible for them to migrate to Brazil. But I don't think it would actually change it much. Yeah, it's still... How many pops are even oppressed in... Wait, why are Afro-Brazilians oppressed? They're Lusophone. Oh, so actually they wouldn't be oppressed if I switched into cultural exclusion. So I think that would be a pretty good idea. Let's see who opposes it. Rural folk, of course, but they don't have that much clout. Petit bourgeoisie would be slightly pissed off, but at the same time, not that much. And they could just increase pensions to government officials, which would solve this problem. How is Paraguay looking? I gained a new mandate, which... Well... So there's a few possibilities. I can increase creative legislature, which would give minus 33% to preserve law support, which effectively can be similar to minus 33% stall chance, just back to back, which is good, but at the same time I'm not feeling like I will be passing so many laws. I would really like market unifications for customs union in the power block, but it's only at level 3, which will take a bit of time. Also has plus 10% infrastructure, very nice, plus 40% convoys contribution to market owner, also pretty nice. Plus 10% company throughput bonus. All of those are really nice, but it's going to take a bit of time. Research don't really care about. Construction, frankly, not that important. I don't have the scale to go for it. Anything else? This is something potentially I could think about later. Plus 1 standard of living from food standardization. Foreign investment, not really that important. Colony offices, no. Military industry, no. Freedom of movement, that will certainly be a very important thing later. For that plus 50% mass migration attraction. But my current migration attraction is probably not that big to begin with. So I could potentially end up losing pops with this, so probably not a priority. All of this, I mean, the party whip actually is pretty nice because it solves the problem, if I understand it correctly, it solves the problem of the low legitimacy from big parties, which I think is especially problems for monarchies. But I don't think it's really worth the whole point, the whole mandate for it. So I think I would just start working towards customs union, even though it's currently not really a huge thing. Yeah, as I assume eventually as I lose this weak power block modifier and I get in a few more powers inside, the mandates will be going in faster. Also, how about you guys start changing your laws? Now you start with culture exclusion. And you're doing okay with it. Actually, I don't want you to have culture exclusion because that means you're going to be oppressing less people. Okay, this did it do anything? I guess it's okay, so it puts it like in the queue or something. It's a bit confusing. Those guys are opposing racial segregation with there's pretty significant support for it. But it's effectively still 20% stall because of our power block bonus. I would really like to make armed forces lose their clout, because that would give me a bonus to Magnanimous Monarch. But it might be difficult, especially since eventually I will need to increase my forces, especially Navy, for more prestige to become a great power. I probably should have played a bit more for it when I had a plus 50 prestige bonus. But you know, this is the part that usually sucks about nations that have special content made for them in DLC. It's usually you need to play with them at least once to learn all the things you should be doing. This is a potential state we could be going for eventually because we have a claim for it. I think we have claim for it because it's a split state. I'm not sure what the exact borders Brazil has nowadays. Maybe they do have it. I don't really remember, I have to say. Return state. Americas are fighting Russia for Mexico. And I'm not sure, yeah. I mean, I'm not sure if United States have any chance. And they are really brave. Now, what's this? Police brutality. Well, sorry, that's what needs to happen. Petit bourgeois are going to be a bit happier. We're trying to save the nation. We shall see how it's going to go. It's not perfect yet. We're losing GDP, we are still a mess, we're losing people. But at least I don't have any shortages in the market. I guess now I just focus on fish and grain for the time being. Ideally, fish would be better. Job seekers, I guess. Well, yeah, now I'm building in places, as I said, I should be just building in the populous states. Oh right, I have authority. Definitely something I could use with that. 2,000 pounds from this. Not really that interesting, to be honest. Probably we want just more edicts for infrastructure. Let's see, how are we looking in those? It's looking okay, this is looking okay. This was on the verge. This one has the highest population, so we'll build it here. Or is there anything? Eventually I probably will want... which one was it? Greener Grass campaign, I guess? Eventually. Not really necessary now. Yeah, I think this will be fine. Can I get any fish on this coast? Yes, I can. So here, here, and here. And this should help with the fish a little bit. Also, we are not losing money as quickly as I was afraid we would be. Oh yes, finally! We are getting our first mass migration. Hopefully there will be many, many more to come. Because I will be needing them very, very much. And apparently they are a bit random in the game. Like it somewhat depends on what AI ends up doing. This war is still ongoing, but Austria is pushing. Austria might actually win this. They've managed to not lose anything that would cause them to go below 0. And if they get everything, that's going to be interesting. South German... actually, they can form the South German Federation, right? What's this? Over drink, enactment. They will gain a lot of strength. And this is just a lot of possible results. I think I don't mind just making them a bit stronger. This guy is petit. This is Church. Which is fine. Church already has not that much strength. Hey Marius. We are saving Brazilian economy, which I kind of forgot their population is kind of small. It's we're basically the population the size of Belgium, but the size of an entire continent. So I didn't take it into account, so it's causing some issues now. Luckily, I just got my first mass immigration, and I hope it's only the first of many to come. Oh, Dark Souls. Which one first? Wills to grant us foreign investment rate. I mean, yes, I don't really see a reason why not. Yeah, I don't really see myself playing first Dark Souls just because I have spoiled myself so much over time. Though it was very fun. I had my Estoc build. It wasn't really a build, I didn't really have that much thought put into it. I just found Estoc and I loved it. Okay, I'm hoping that those people actually will work in the fish wharfs. I'm waiting with the final... You're waiting with the final boss? That's risky. I have quite a few games I have been waiting with the final boss so long that in the end I ended up never finishing them. Well, the United States are trying. Don't really see them succeeding, though. I was about to say sometimes AI doesn't really put forces in distant front lines, but this time Russia seems to be showing up. Oh yeah, you're coming back for their bosses. Okay, Austria actually won. They retook all their land, and I guess that means they're the German leader for unification? Whatever that means in practice currently. I'm not actually sure. Actually, let me take a look at my companies. I mean, all of those are not ideal. Frankly, you know, those companies are very good if you need to industrialize it, put more people into work. But that's not what's happening currently in Brazil. I think I will take the gold mines company simply because more minting and more money. It's not really relevant. This is interesting. Construction is simply for the bonus. I'm looking at the more bonus of everything rather than what usually would be more important for me, which is the buildings. Because usually what's most important for me with companies is the construction bonus. But in this situation it's a bit of a different story. Plus the prestige would be really nice, but yeah, I'm not sure if I could make banana plantations and vineyards profitable that much. This is interesting. I mean, more paper would help me. And yeah, actually Sao Paulo Railway would be really nice. Coffee plantations throughput as well. Can I have this? No, yeah, I have to. Okay, let's fire some companies. Steel mills throughput, not that important. Fertilizer plants building throughput, I mean, it's nice. And this will cause me to lose some resources. I don't think it's that big of a deal. So definitely this, just for the money. Definitely this for the railway. Also, helping to construct railway is always really good. And though actually, maybe this one. Now that I think about it, it still gives me bonus of throughput to paper mills, which should decrease my costs a little bit. Will still allow my logging camps to have bonuses, but if I can make it prosperous, I will get additional maximum infrastructure, which probably wouldn't help me that much because those states that struggle with infrastructure usually have pretty low population. But tooling workshops building throughput is also not bad, so probably we'll switch into those. Probably will be a bit better. I was visited a co-living place in the city yesterday, and I'm probably going to move there. Co-living, so like with roommates that you don't necessarily know. Guy from Catholic Church resigning. I mean, sure. Yeah, I've always found that it depends on how the place is organized. Like, as long as you have your own separate room that no one is going to be able to enter, usually it doesn't really matter the details. Though of course you can always argue about common kitchen and so on. I'm missing sulfur again? Oh, I guess not anymore. Steel is an issue. I don't think I'm producing that much steel. Yeah, there's not that many people walking them. Yeah, plus 20, that's good. I think there's some changes in the parties, which is really nice. Those armed forces will join the Liberal Party. Okay. Yeah, your own room, shared space is very nice. Yeah. I could see that working out for me, to be honest. Okay, we're making money, that means we're not constructing anything. What effect did I manage to have on the fish price? Negligible, all things considered. Is it possible for me to import any number of fish? Fishy. A little bit. I do have a lot of bureaucracy, I guess. Grain? Apparently it would be bad. Okay. Let's do a quick check. Apparently a lot of clippers. Oh, it should help with fish actually, clippers. This is free, so let's just do it. Trading with the French is free, practically speaking. And more engines, barely worth it. Fruit is free. Also check if I can export my lumber to anyone. Porcelain. Yeah, probably worth it. steel. Belgium could export a bit of steel, not really that important. Venezuela, I will trade with them just to increase my economic relationship with them. Wine, apparently. Could be something that I could import a bit more, sure. Some people apparently have even cheaper lumber than I do. Which is interesting. I guess it's because my construction is so high, I'm using so much wood on it. Yeah, let's just... It's increasing the productivity of my biggest industry, so it's probably always good. Just a quick check. Apparently some people really don't have that many clothes. And again, Venezuela, I want to increase my economic relations with them. I would really like to export some coffee, but nobody really wants coffee. Fabric, apparently there's not that much fabric all over the place. Just interesting. Well, sure, I mean, if people want it. Hardwood, of course. First time I've seen AI is not having enough hardwood. Maybe it's something related to the newest patch as well. Those are really small amounts, so I guess it doesn't really matter. Not worth the bureaucracy. Iron. So I think I have a lot of iron. I am trading quite a bit more with Ecuador, so hopefully I'm not bordering them, which is a bit of an issue. I could border them if I attack New Granada. So this is actually an interesting consideration, because it's... no. Just barely not. So how much leverage do I have on them? Not that much, though. If I waited a bit more time... I could ask Paraguay to join right now. Don't really want to increase support for right of assembly. I spent a year at Folk High School where it's normal to share a room with another person. I had my own room though. We shared the kitchen and the bathrooms with others, so I'm a bit experienced. Yeah, it's just... I have a thing where I just need my own room. Some people are just fine, like in American movies you see people living in the same room with another person, but myself... Well, I shouldn't, I suppose, mean strictly mine. But yeah, are you guys just not voting on what I told you to vote on? Still dealing with... I think I bugged something. Yeah, I think trying to impose laws while they are voting on something else was a bad idea. And now they have a problem. Hopefully it will fix itself eventually. So Paraguay... Yeah, they would accept. I could just get them in. Even without an obligation, frankly. Do I want to do it, though? Would this increase... they're not a minor power, right? No, though eventually I need more powers just to get more slots. Because then you have numbers of members regardless of their rank. And it's still some prestige at least that they are offering. Well, 9, but something. And it would protect them from joining another market, right? Yeah. South America is losing a bit of territory to Russia currently. Apparently I'm... Oh, it's Russia. Okay, that's fine. Russia losing power is good. Okay, let's have Paraguay join. Do I risk 88% chance with an obligation? I don't think it really matters too much. Not that they can use it for much, I don't think. So let's not tempt the gods of Victoria Free with my terrible luck. And just take whatever I can. And effective agriculture. Immigration attraction is pretty much always good. Yeah, all those additional building of fisheries didn't really seem to help much with prices. I guess the pop consumption is just increasing and it's just spreading around grain and... Wait, the grain consumption is very small. Isn't that just the initial thing where I saw missing 1.5 thousand units of grain? Instead they just start eating other stuff. They are eating way more fish now than they are eating grain. So maybe that's the core of the issue. Building... There is a small issue with building maize farms. It leads to people having less empty arable land, which is a very good bonus to migration. But I mean, I just need grain at this point, I guess. Something I should focus on right now. Build up it slightly higher in all of those places, just so I can have the local price decreased a bit more in the places that matter. A bit less here, I guess. Which caused me to suddenly have another huge issue with iron. Yeah, I'm not sure what's causing those sudden switches. Oh, it's my construction, of course, because I'm constructing stuff. And I wasn't for a second, the demand suddenly increased. So I assume it should be slowly lowering itself. Russia is having some issues with Chinese rebellions. Yeah, I think my construction is a bit too big at the moment. I think I need to decrease it. Especially in places that are not core. So like here. Can I remove it? Yeah, okay. So I need a bit less construction actually. So those 5 states are... Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4. Those are my core states. They all have some construction. And they just need a bit less. Just to keep the construction stable instead of causing this massive increases and decreases in demand. Let's go to, I guess, 100 construction. And try to balance my budget around that. Rising concerns, this is... yeah. Industrialists are actually already kind of pissed off. I think that's fine. Seems like landowners are not really gaining that much traction. Got another win on cultural exclusion, which is good. Oof. Railway building with minus 25%, that's rough. 54% access to Brazilian market, that's not great. We are almost finished with police, which should be a huge boost. Just removing a huge chunk of the turmoil penalties. Yeah, hopefully the investment pool will be now doing much better when it comes to doing stuff, like anything. They are constructing something. It's not really efficient because they're building it in a place that has a penalty to construction. But sure. And now the demand should be more maintainable, though I'm still losing a lot of money. Well, I'm 5 million away from bankruptcy, so it should be fine. Oh, I have much more legitimacy now. Hot damn. This is get everyone in government. Except for industrialists. Sure. Which is a bit annoying because I would really ideally want industrialists to get the free trade. Seems like that's not happening anytime soon. And I don't think I really want to change anything else that much right now, other than maybe protectionism. How do you guys see protectionism? I mean, industrialists would dislike it, but not that much. And protectionism still is, in theory, better than mercantilism, simply because it's a more modern law. It gives you better capitalists instead of shopkeepers for trade centers. Which more capitalists would mean easier to pass free trade. So I guess I'll just go for protectionism. I just need to get the everything government in power. Oh yeah, I'm still working on cultural exclusion. So yeah, you guys do your thing. So yeah, I think the price of fish is probably limited by grain, and people are just eating more fish as I build more fisheries. So the core issue is actually the grain, which I should be now slowly beginning to solve. Okay, I now also have an issue with authority. Definitely something I need to prioritize. Which of those has higher population? Village generic at this point, okay. I was just looking if I'm not suppressing any interest group. Okay, you can see the turmoil began right around here. This was a civil war. Then we began growing very fast, and then we ran out of peasants, and we are trying to work things out. Yeah, I think also I've been way too slow on the screen issue. Though it is apparently something that was introduced in this patch. Previously I didn't have really a problem. Why are you guys so pissed off still? And this should make you a bit happier. So, if you wouldn't mind, please. Is it because of the radicals? It's probably because of the radicals. Do you guys not have... Yeah, I should work... In places that don't have any railway, I should be working on slowly getting at least one. Eventually. Because then, if without this, those places will never really be fixed. Let's just do it like this. Is there a way? Domestic. Okay, that's what I need. Now, this is not a huge priority. I will keep them at the back, but if I don't have anything else to work on, I need them to build at least some railways everywhere. Secession in Italy. First one of many, possibly. A guy from armed forces is retiring, and now he's a protectionist, which means he's going to support exactly what I'm going for. Yeah, which is working out. This is a really good timing. And landowners also... Landowners are plummeting. Even, yeah, they're super low, despite having plus 25% from... Trade unions are influential! What the hell? Without being able to participate in votes? Without any automation? Peru mutual foreign and investment rights. I mean, sure, honestly. Do you guys have any gold mines? Doesn't seem like they do. They have a lot of sulfur, too bad they're not really doing anything with it. Those whaling stations will probably give me decent oil. No, I definitely don't want to lose trade unions interest group attraction. But this is actually the best option. God damn. Great Britain is having a revolt. Probably won't even matter that much. Caucasian imamate is actually still a thing somehow, despite Russia overall expanding quite nicely. Oh, this is the uprising. Yeah, the AI is said to be more aggressive, though apparently the AI even on the vanilla options is slightly more aggressive. Looks like United States didn't manage to do anything in Mexico, so eventually I might be forced to help them out. Though this might be this might be my only option, because the goal of this campaign is to at least have higher population than United States. Well, if they're not going to be expanding much, that can be only good for me, so let's hope this continues. Do I have higher GDP per capita than they do? I actually do. I have significantly higher GDP per capita than the United States currently. Yeah, I wonder what's the difference between like more aggressive AI setting and normal, usually. Because it doesn't seem like there's much change, but I was playing on more aggressive AI previous campaign as well. So it's a bit hard to tell. I definitely like that Russia is at least puppeting the Mexico and Argentina. I mean, it is a bit ridiculous, but at the same time, it's at least something happening. It's because they are. It's so easy for them to do, because as long as they can have someone join their power block, they can make their vassal, and they use this power quite heavily. Support regime. What's that? Who's the Zippers? Oh, it's like a interaction with vassal, I guess. Oh, those guys are done. With strong Austria. Oh yeah, they annexed Bavaria and... Damn. Austria might be really strong in this campaign. I think it's the first time I'm the AI Austria doing that well. They probably will be giving Northern Italy. Yeah. I mean, Georgia, watch and learn. This is the... AI can do this. Let's see what you can do. Can you not... Dragons? Box track in Victoria? I guess in EU4 you can. For some reason I thought you can as well in Victoria 3. In Victoria 2 you could have, because it worked just like EU4. Well, EU3 technically speaking. Also, we're about to be bankrupt, but that's fine. Okay, wait, I'm already finished with the farms? I guess, well, time flies. Did it have some good effects? Still not really. Like, really not that much. Are you guys even working those farms? No. There's so few people in Brazil that we are not even able to work those farms. Yeah, basically I need to start automation right now. Yeah, so Georgia is saying, I think the only way for Austria to keep any part of Italy is for someone to take over the rest of Italy. Italian miners will just spam radical event and you will get unlimited uprising. Yeah, that's how nationalism works in Victoria 3. You don't have to tell me, Georgia. I know this pretty well. And unfortunately it worked the same for German nationalism. So if you, for example, when I was as Krakow forming the Commonwealth, all the German nations were just spamming the German nationalist events in the Western Poland. And I think it's the same with Poland, but Poland is just Krakow, so it's not really that much of a problem. Yeah, this nationalism thing is just kind of ending up to be railroading. In single player it doesn't really matter that much, but in multiplayer it's very annoying. Yeah, but as I was actually managed to remember what I was doing, I need to start automation right now. There's basically no other choice. There's not enough workers in Brazil right now, and I'm not good enough economy to continue. I think I need steel tools as well. Let's start with automation just to get a few more pops going. Do I risk just going for tooling workshops? It makes sense that there are more radicals, but not that existing nations can spam the event. Like if there are more nations, more people can click the event, more radicals from nationalism. Yeah, that's the problem. And AI is really like clicking it as well. And radicals are a bit of a finicky mechanic. So like this kind of events that increase the, just give a flat increase of radicals doesn't really work well with it. Because basically radicals are formed, mostly loyalists and radicals are formed in relation with increases and decreases of standard of living. So for example, if you have already a pretty high standard of living and you maintain it, eventually you will lose your loyalist, but you will not be gaining radicals. But if you just flat gain radicals from events, it's a bit of a problem because there's no way for you to increase the standard of living even more. Which in rich regions like Venetia and Lombardy happens pretty quickly. I think I would just YOLO it and switch into steel tooling workshops, just because they're more efficient per population. Same here. Just YOLO it. And I will be fixing issues with the market as things go. I mean, it's one building that doesn't really have any people working in it. So I guess this one doesn't really matter. But if I can... which one do I want, actually? I guess independent artists, like, just usually pick it. Oh, they changed. This is the freedom of movement, so if you get power block bonus, you can have more immigration from this, which is something I will be going for eventually. This would be nice. Actually, it's nice that it has way less people employed, and we have a lot of trade centers, so actually switching to privately owned from protectionism will free 200 people per level, which is 200 times 200, 40,000 people that have decent qualifications. This is going to be huge. Okay, I have to keep clergy oversight, which is interesting, because the only way to have bureaucrat oversight is with state atheism, privately owned, and I could eventually switch into... What's the difference here? So that's less shopkeepers, more clerks, and more bureaucrats, but the capitalists are the same. That's... I guess shopkeepers are a pretty bad profession, right? Clerks are more for intelligentsia and trade unions, same with bureaucrats. So essentially, what switching from privately owned to publicly traded is strengthening other groups than capitalists? Oh, there's this the deep flow for our upcoming multiplayer game is ongoing in the Twitch chat. Very interesting. Yeah, by the way, the next multiplayer campaign is starting next week. So if there's someone on the YouTube channel who joined, there's the... I mean, just message me on Discord and I will get you sorted out. I don't have the link, the invite to the server at hand. And yeah, you can join. There's still some free minor nations. Well, minor, well, technically speaking, I guess they're major. Spain is free, if I recall. And yeah, this will be fun. Argentina have their Argentine culture. And yeah, from next week there's going to be MP videos showing up on the channel as well. I'm not sure if I will be doing tier list again. That took a lot of time. So I'll see about that. In 2 weeks I will be missing a session because I will be traveling, but after that it will be just week by week Victoria free multiplayer. I'm no longer missing steel. I think it might be because all my tooling workshops bankrupted in some way, but let's try to solve this issue. Or maybe I finally started producing decent amounts of steel. In theory, there's more people here. Oh, I'm also importing more from the French, which is good. What now matters the most is just more efficient, being more efficient per population. We are starting to produce a bit more engines. still no sulfur, which is a bit of a problem. Yeah, it is the classic South American market issues. It's just the numbers are so small, you don't need much of anything, but when you are missing even a small amount, the price skyrocket. So yeah, this will need to be solved slowly. Eventually, a huge boost will be once I get the mandate, but yeah, as you can see, it's not going to be happening fast. How about you guys stop being an autocracy? 100% success. Those guys are stuck, unfortunately. I'm not really happy about that. So Russia is attacking Paraguay. Damn, AI is being aggressive. And I don't think there's much I can do about that unless someone else joins against them. Luckily I'm not... Am I allied to Paraguay? I am, so they will probably call me in. But against Russia, man, like, I don't know. They want... Yeah, I'm not sure if I can help you guys. Wait, the United States are joining. I mean, the United States already haven't had the best history against Russia. Still, at least it's something. I'm not sure if the United States would be able to move their troops to Paraguay, unless I joined as well. But they wouldn't even accept. I would have to just join for nothing. And again, the 4 events at once. Something has to be bugged. We're not getting Parliamentary Republic, no. Thoughts and actions. Oof, minus 25% authority, that's rough. Yeah, armed forces are chill, so let's weaken them. Otto Veld. Who's that guy? A reformer. Actually, compulsory primary school doesn't sound too bad right now. So yeah, come on. No, United States are not part of my power block, unfortunately. But they don't have their own power block. So eventually, I realized as well that it might be possible to have them join. Can I kick this guy out? Oh yeah, those guys are still in government. There's a restricted child labor. That's something I want to pass as well, so that's good. This guy's a cringe moderate. As soon as I get protectionism, I will move on to other stuff. Getting those railways done. This is... Oh, Chile in the end refused this after so much time. I mean, I'm actually happy they're not bugged out, so thank God. Can I just try it again? Defers. Okay, so that's something they can do. Belgium likes me less. Okay, that's interesting. Apparently I lost... Oh yeah, I lost the additional point of Magnanimous Nor because there was like a petition that timed out. Whatever it was called. This is... I mean, if the Emperor lives for long enough for this to pass, this will be important. And we are... Are we climbing in prestige? Actually, I don't think we are. How much then do... And I have 30 years to integrate the Paulistas, which would require the River of Coffee, which is very annoying. Because I will need to increase the amount of buy orders for coffee, which is a very strange requirement. And there's a lead producer of meat, coffee, or sugar, but essentially it needs to be coffee or sugar because you need 125 levels of plantation buildings. Got an advance here. Very nice, though. I would really like you guys to just pass this, get more people employed. Okay, the prices of grain are slowly going down. De Janeiro has some problems with infrastructure, unfortunately. And it is one of the key... Oh, they don't have any, so I think they're building one right there right now. Okay, they are. There's some stuff happening, investment rights broken, don't really care. Some people are happy, some people are not happy. Oh my god, they left the enact the state religion movement. Russia is winning here, there's nothing I can do. Though United States are pushing in Mexico. Which is interesting. How is the war setup looking? Yeah, United States are an active participant. Paraguay really wants to take a lot of stuff. But I don't think there's any way Paraguay survives this. Unfortunate. Okay, soon I will be forced to just stop building anything. In theory, all of this privatization is giving me more money, but it's hard for me to say how much exactly I'm gaining. There's... Like, I assume this privatization goes directly to my the state money, but I'm not sure how to like even check this. I guess I just continue building more grain buildings wherever I can. So let's make sure that people are actually working there. Yeah, it's just everywhere people are missing, and the factories are missing people. Yeah, more automation. There's no other choice. Public trams. It's a lot of engines. It's a bit less people employed, at least, though this tooltip usually is kind of weird. Oh no, it's 100, 200 more and minus 500, so it is less people as well. So probably for the best. Okay, this is good protectionism, really nice. Let's check. Oh, actually, yeah, the transportation could in theory reduce the amount of workers by quite a lot. And what the reducing of employment does is also like it increases the percentage of people actually employed. So it does increase production at the same time, even if there's the same amount of people working effectively. Nitroglycerin, I don't really care. So let's get harvesting tools everywhere, because it's fairly cheap. That's fine. I could change this, but I need the fertilizer anyways. I think I'm mostly dependent on my livestock ranches for that. Yeah, the transportation is a question. I'm losing my rank as well, which is bad. Oh, yeah, I'm losing it hard right now. So do I just build a few ships? I guess. Let me see. I'm the lead producer of gold. So, yeah, I guess I just need to build a few ships. Sure, in Sao Paulo. Hopefully this will be enough. Yeah, luckily it will be done very quickly. The private sector is still just focusing on privatization. And despite having laissez-faire, the capitalists are really not doing that much. And I am getting less money because of it, because of my government dividends go into the investment fund. Maybe there is something wrong with how the current investment fund works. And they are, yeah, they are protectorate of Russia. And they're part of their power block, unfortunately. Russia is making strides here, man. Hopefully they don't attack me next, though I suppose it would be an easy excuse to end this campaign early, if I did fail. No, that is not the plan. How are we doing? Do I need... Wait, I'm not really voting on anything, so I think I just start restricted child labor. Because why not? Industrialists will be pissed off quite much. So first thing first, let's just increase legitimacy. Does make industrialists a bit happier. Overall, they're still mostly pissed for variety of reasons. Yeah, I think I will let things cool for a little bit. Let's see. What happens when I click those buttons everywhere I can? You know, in theory, it means it should be increasing production just because of the decrease in required employment. And after that, I will take a look at all places, and this would be a lot of transportation in a lot of places. But let's see what effect it's going to have. Okay, let's wait a week or so. Did I change the trade center production? Yep. There should be a bit more people. Okay, now I can check the market and see how we're looking here. Not too bad, frankly. I mean, we are missing a lot of tickets, transportation, and most important regions, but that's fixable. How much I'm gaining per one? 40? Is it just 40 per level? Seems a strange number. It's 10 from this and 30 with additional throughput, I guess. That's what ends up being. So 1, 2. Now the question is it worth it to build additional railways? Because it also costs employment rather than use this automation. That's tough to say. I mean, in theory, railways are also giving you some money. And I'm really running out of money. There are a lot of troubles in Brazil still. Yeah, all they're doing is privatizing everything. Which is fine, but am I gaining the money from it? Hard to be certain. I should be slowly gaining more prestige from frigates as they are being actually recruited. This guy retired. And the new guy is a nihilist, which really doesn't change anything. And they're slightly less happy, which is a common theme among my interest groups. Again, with the split of clout everywhere. And those are inactive. There's a new party. Landowners are out. Does it mean I got Magnanimous Monarch again? No. Well, that's sad. I need to kick out the armed forces, which is probably going to take a while to actually happen. Education access and taxes are reduced because of all of those people. Yeah, I mean, we are still stagnating. 3.5 prestige. Actually, this is exactly what I need right now, so... Oh, thank God. Now I have exactly the amount of prestige I need. Easy, easy. I think maybe I switched to the iron construction method too fast. Yeah, probably should have sticked to wood a bit longer. Maybe I overbuilt wood, frankly. Let's see my trade routes. I'm exporting a ton of wood to France. And I'm doing a ton of trading with France in general. Without them it would be rough. How's my steel production? Steel. Am I producing any steel? Well, in the place where there are people, I am. Because in theory I could be expanding this a little bit, but I guess railway is a bit of a priority. They're getting a paper mill for once. It's actually looks like my credit actually reduced somehow. It might be because of this privatization ongoing. Food industries got bonus. I'm not sure if there even are. There are some food industries without anyone employed there, of course. Again, with issues with prestige. Okay, yeah, there's more ships coming, slowly. This is okay, though it's not great. Could slightly increase it still. Industrialists will be at -10 still, just if they were just a bit happier. I mean, trade agreement with the United States doesn't sound too bad. Well, it seems like the game really wants me to pass restricted child labor, so I think I will need to do it. And try to deal with it as things go. Make some people happy at least. Though yeah, they have more than 57% supports, which means they will reduce my Magnanimous Monarch point if they get there. Which is a huge problem. This has solved most of my market access problems. Except for one province. Which, I mean, they have full employment, so the engines are expensive, the coal is super expensive. Yeah, there's so many states in Brazil, and you have to spread yourself so thin. This is a huge problem for my current economy. And there's just not enough people. At least we have gained some. Okay, got a few more loyals. Yeah, it doesn't help that I have way more radicals than loyalists. I'm just not really able to balance my market with the amount of people I have. Everything is just so expensive. Yeah, I think if the states weren't so just cut off from each other, as you say, so Judge says game would work way better if adjacent workers could work the states. So in adjacent states as well, I assume. But it would be difficult as well. So I understand why it's done as it's done, but it does make things wonky. So I can get in theory more education. Or maybe I might just focus on the wrong thing, but there's not much point of focusing on production because there's... Like, it won't change that much if I don't have any people to employ. More fertilizer would be nice, I suppose, but I don't even have fertilizer in the first place. Military doesn't change much. Though I guess going for steel frame building might be the plan, just to get at least more infrastructure. What else could help in this current situation? Also, that goods get reduced map beyond adjacent states, I actually think that would be a huge thing. It would be a huge thing, but it still would probably lead to some gamey situations. Those guys are really pissed, and it's going to be a big problem. Yeah, as soon as they go over 50% radicalism, Magnanimous Monarch is going down again. France is guaranteeing my independence. Oh, thank God someone is helping me out. So it is possible I just pass this law before they even fire. Or rather, adjacent states workers could go to the coastal states. I think if they... what would solve this problem more is just a better migration system. But they already have a problem of, like, they cannot make every state consider going to every other state. Especially when there's so many pops in each state. And the current mass migration is kind of wonky and RNG based, so it's not really that good. United States actually got the worst possible state for the border war from Mexico, but well, I congratulate on them in all kinds of ways for their achievement. Can I get trade agreement with you guys? No, you still hate it. Ecuador would maybe accept an obligation. Maybe I will just get this passed before they rebel. Okay, let's just focus on that. Was bad roll, but yeah, but I don't even have convoys. I'm trading quite a bit, and with France that I have trade agreement with already. Also, a lot of this stuff is just importing small amounts because that's all I really need. I have pretty good relations with France, so don't really need to be trading with the USA, especially since, like, frankly speaking, let's look at the American market. I mean, it's not they are doing that hot themselves. We have like 5 times my population and only a bit more, 3.5 times my economy. Oof, that's rough. Don't want that. More radicalism is not ideal. Church getting pissed off would be very annoying. Petite bourgeoisie getting slightly more pissed off. I think I gotta go for this and, like, pray to God I roll 50-50 here. Yeah, the chance is pretty good. And now those guys are pissed off as well. Can I make them... How about I increase your wages for a second? Are you going to chill? Democratic Solidarity. I don't want to... The church, goddammit, Conservative Party. Is anyone else in this party? Ah, got a success. Actually, that's not too bad. They are the only ones in the Conservative Party. The Liberal Party is going to be everyone again. Trade unions actually showing up is amazing. I'm not sure how that happened. France going for Congo. You know what? Actually, now that I think about it, probably what I should have done from the beginning is, instead of going for ideological union, which is nice, it's fun, you can change the laws, you can make everyone similar to you. I think as Brazil, I really needed to go for a trade agreement, just to expand my market, just to get other people to at least, like, get sulfur from those guys and so on. And when you're not a great power, maybe if I focus being a great power, I would have been able to get away with it, but as it is, it's tough. I need still 2 more mandates before I get the customs union. So, I mean, in theory it will be around the 20th century, which maybe there will be... I will try to play this campaign till the end, unless I just get conquered. Yeah, I mean, if I only became a great power, it would solve a lot of problems, but as is, it's not easy. Especially since I get just these huge parties, which makes having big legitimacy, even with a monarchy. I mean, monarch is in the government right now. What? There's no other option. Okay. Oh, I guess because all of those people are rebelling. That's actually not bad if they just chilled slightly. Wouldn't be that big of a problem. Yeah, how strong is the church? The church suddenly is pretty strong. They got a good role on the elections, but new elections are coming as well. Which will probably change things. They're not doing that well. Either way, it's bad. I think they don't have that much group up attraction in the first place, so I think giving them 10% more will not change things much. I wanted to make trade wars, and I think I still do, but haven't played enough with the other types, so they could also be pretty good. Yeah, I think, like, realistically, I don't think there's that much reason to become an agricultural union. Of course, the minus 33% enactment stall chance is nice, but you're still playing with RNG, so usually it might not end up playing a huge part. Though, additionally, it doesn't really show you it anywhere, but different power blocks have different negatives. So, for example, the Russian Empire style has a big negative to people joining your power block. And Ideological Union, I think, is the only one without any. I'm not sure. The Trade Union might also not have any negatives. Oh, you see, Great Powers invitation acceptance chance, which is not too much of a problem, frankly, but yeah, I think Trade Union is just really, really good. Their bonuses are not that really important, though I guess market unification is pretty nice, because you get additional convoys from your subjects or like members of your power block, also company throughput and infrastructure. So it's nice, though not game-changing. Of course, the customs union is just the most important. Education union is really good for changing ideology. I don't know if it's easier for everyone, but it's certainly much easier in an ideological union. It's certainly much easier to change the ideology of your subjects, but for yourself, you only have pretty much this bonus. And that's, I guess, minus 10% enactment time. That's nice. Legal synergy. Yeah, it's just gives bonus to the non-leader block members. I think it's like RP, which is fine, but I don't think it's that strong in practice. Easier for everyone in the power block, yeah, but if you're trying to min-max, do you really care about that stuff? I guess if you're trying to min-max, you're just playing really differently than I do in any way, so I suppose I shouldn't really be talking about that, but... Because like, even in the situation where I need to grow the economy quite a bit. What's this? I don't think I have barely any universities, so I think this doesn't really matter that much. Getting 3% mortality kind of sucks, but I need to slow this down a little bit if I want to have any chance of getting Magnanimous Monarch, which might not even be the case, but... Yeah, Victoria 3, there's enough systems that plain don't work at all for it to be min-maxing. It doesn't deserve it. Yeah, EU4 is actually much better for min-maxing. It's actually much... Though at the same time, while being much better for min-maxing, it's so easy that in single player you just destroy the AI because it's unable to compete. What's with the policies to the church? What the hell? Okay, are you guys going to chill? Okay, you guys are going to chill. That's nice. Yeah, let's move this guys. Interesting, by the way, I have Central America on the map and Scandinavia. don't think that happens that often. Oh, you guys are back. Oh, hello. Well, I miss you guys. Petit bourgeoisie are actually... Oh, wait, no. It's not petit bourgeoisie who are part of this revolution. Some movements disbanded. There's some more stuff happening. Parsagali didn't join the British Empire. And yeah, those guys... And now all of those guys who... Wait, aren't you a reformer? Why are you supporting racial segregation when you like cultural exclusion more? What? Wait, what? Is it just because the petite bourgeoisie support it? Okay. This is a bit silly. This guy... Oh my god, this is so stupid. Both of those guys really prefer the current situation than what they are agitating for. This game, man. This party loyalty, it's destroying the games as well. Yeah. Why can't I kick this guy out, actually? It's too similar to that of our ruler. Oh, okay. And this guy is also a farmer. This is so stupid. Okay, let's see. Can I try to repatriate them? Yeah, everyone agrees the current situation is better, but still. Okay, elections, maybe this will help. Well, the Liberal Party is doing well. National Liberation Alliance is doing pretty well as well. We are getting into decent legitimacy, at least. Actually, wait, I'm making decent money. I'm probably not building anything. Well, I'm building some stuff. Let's try lowering taxes for a second. And I guess, I think my grain production is decreasing as the time goes on. Yeah, every other place than the core states is just losing population like crazy, which I think that what I should be playing is just ignore all the other states than these 5. Just focus all of my construction and everything on those exclusively, which I think was my biggest mistake from the beginning. And now I'm just kind of suffering. Also, moving to the next construction method was probably a mistake. I'm still... Look, I'm producing 200 grain and almost 2,000 fish. Well, also with trade, but still. What the hell? Those people are just not using any grain. Is it because the fertilizer is too expensive? Yeah, I'm not producing any fertilizer myself. What the hell is going on with this grain production? And no, it's not that expensive. Why is no one working on maize farms? Well, it's apparently because they couldn't. Because there are places with better wages, I guess. Yeah, I don't have peasants, but... I think I have a few peasants somewhere, so maybe I just try to... Time to steal some gold mines. As a side note, but yeah. Do I have any peasants left? There is some. They don't really want to work in... Wait, Sao Paulo. There's... Yeah, they're already not working here. Some are working here. But they're not making money from grain despite... Oh, because locally it's quite cheap. Which, I mean, is good for standard of living there. In Rio de Janeiro is 17. I mean, yeah. Frankly, my standard of living is number 4 in the world. That's pretty good. Wait, what? Yeah, I mean, they're gold mines for my capitalists, so... it's still good because they will be investing in my local economy because of laissez-faire. So I think, I mean, this is not a thing. So is the play currently just to wait out and pray I get some mass immigrations? I think it might be the play currently. I could also remove some bureaucracy buildings actually. I do have way too many. So let's look at my biggest. I think I can remove like 2 levels. Oh, due to the Brewing Revolution. Okay. I mean, it's increasing. I had a mass emigration at this point. It was pretty rough. Yeah, peasants are barely existing. There's 500 people unemployed. Guess it's just time to wait. It's a pity I will lose all those journals on this if I wait for long enough. I mean, if you guys are to lose... Okay, wait, what? Okay, you're chill. Well, fine. Yeah, I think it's the curse of the tiny market, which in our previous MP game was happening all the time in South America. Everyone had struggles with their markets. Yeah, I guess I just wait. Try to... My cohesion is slowly increasing. Chile, are you guys... Ecuador is actually gaining some more leverage, and I will be gaining even more. I think I would probably want to focus on them and Venezuela. So let's try to go on a little bit of a diplomatic offensive in the area. Also maybe like France. Let's see. I don't have that much influence, but I could try. No. Trade agreement with Venezuela. No. Fund lobbies, actually. How much would it cost? Is it just the diplomatic cost? No, it is actual cost. So 5,000. That's a bit expensive. 3,000. Not that much. Anyone wants any lines? No. Okay. I mean, it's the same people again, but I'm not complaining. It's something. Let's see, maybe I should gain some rivals. Bolivia, I think, hates me enough that I just might rival them. Is there anyone that I... Huh. Huh, well, that's interesting. Great Britain is taking a bit of a different approach to colonizing Africa, but I guess it's working out for them. Interesting. But yeah, back to finding some potential rivals. Java, okay. They're independent? Yeah, looks like Java is fully independent from Netherlands. Must have happened relatively recently too, I think. I assume by all those truces. Well, can't complain that things are not happening on the map at least. Could even consider rivaling Russia, to be honest, because, like, what the hell are they going to do? Just the free influence. And I just try to spam nations to the north. Those guys have a defensive pact with the United States, which is pretty annoying because they don't like me. But this might... I mean, eventually this might change as well, so let's see if I have enough. What's it called? Influence? Yeah, to increase it everywhere. But this is all good. And you all definitely don't want to trade with me, currently at least. Oh, they have anti-Brazilian lobby, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, I don't think I have the money to try to fund anything in other nations. At least I managed to avoid any revolutions for the time being. How is my prestige doing? Actually, not too bad. It's improving slowly. Yeah, I'm getting more second producer of transportation. Something is wrong here, but I guess I'm the only one who's really industrializing this early, to be fair. This is pretty much free. They're not producing any cannons in the first place, so that's fine. Could maybe get some ceramics. I think I'm producing some dyes. What do I need for this? Oh, yeah, I should have some lead as well. It's not really relevant in grand scheme of things, but probably better to just go for it. And keep with the ceramics, I think. I think I have some buildings that some lead mines, if I recall. Or maybe not. But I can just build one or two. That's fine. Yeah, they're here anyways. They should be gaining the... Wait, there is one. Yeah, they're just going to gain employment. So not too big of a problem. So all those railways are being done. How is the transportation situation looking currently? Not bad. You're getting things done. Well, it's not as nearly as glamorous a playthrough as I was hoping it would be, but we are getting somewhere. Maybe just going for becoming a great power would be the best idea currently. You guys are still dealing, yeah, with the last law I told you to focus on. It's fine. Questionable practices. Raising the standard of living for 5 years though. Ah, 3,000. How are you guys? Actually, you guys love me, so yeah, that's fine. And also, I have an institutions level I could use, and I definitely will, because do I have like any universities? No. No, wait, they're here maybe. Well, I have 6, which is pretty bad because like they're very important for both tech discovery and getting qualifications, but I just cannot afford the pops for the universities. Apparently Netherlands are having some issues with France. Oh, it's Bhutan. Okay. Where is it? Ah. They're attacking the Dutch Bhutan. And yeah, they're Friesland and Holland. Okay. This is going to be a fine map of the world after we're done. Oh yeah, this guy. I mean, this is interesting events though. I usually either go for construction and possibly for decrease, but I don't feel like I have enough authority to even go for it that much. Maybe I should consider removing some of those taxes. So currently I can get 3,000 from coffee. Let's remove all of them. And let's look. So fish and cloves, no. Tobacco, I guess that's what happens when you have pretty high standard of living. People start buying expensive stuff. Do that. Tobacco first. Coffee is 3,000, so that's not too bad. But then the services and coffee, which means at least I'm in positive authority right now. And I think I'm not sure if I'm gaining more money from this. Slightly, I think. There is some private construction. They're not only privatizing stuff right now. I mean, somehow just, despite constantly just going more and more into debt, things are slowly working out in the budget. I'm not sure how, but it is what it is. Clearly. Do I just try and do some very aggressive plays into more steel and engines. I mean, I'm saying aggressive, but that's simply because no one has been working in those places so far. In here, some peasants are appearing, actually. Probably from the migration. There is one level... Let's see, is the building here actually employing people? It actually is. Okay, let's try increasing it by one level. And then try to increase steel here as well by one level. Actually, now let's play like Belgium with food. Yeah, I need to change my mindset so much to focusing just a single state, just maximizing construction's efficiency, local prices, and so on. It's so different than the Qing or even Spain. Yeah, I'm losing all my money again, but that's fine. Also, this experience of changing your laws relatively easily and then having problems with everything else. That's also the experience of small nations. Yeah, like playing as Krakow, I wonder, might eventually go for a Krakow campaign. I played them once already, and it was fine until I actually started expanding. It was kind of fun to have this tiny state with like 2 million people living in it. And being this economic powerhouse, being super small because you just change your laws instantly. You have all edicts or whatever they call decrees going on in one state going at once. But then I started expanding it. I had to fight wars, and wars are not great in Victoria 3 for many reasons. Okay, but actually, let's do a quick execution. Yeah, they refused again. Can I do anything to like make them accept it? Because in theory they would have 30% success just from me supporting them. Let's just keep spamming and maybe eventually they accept. Yeah, they defer, which means eventually they would probably say no. Let's try exporting stuff to the north, just straight into the north in general. Some coal, not really relevant. People are starting to want coffee. Well, that's import coffee. That's not too bad. It's actually a pretty good price. I mean, it's very small amounts, but something. So I should probably consider exporting first. Dutch, not interested in trading with them. Lead, France, that's fine. Bolivia wants more luxury clothes. Ecuador has some really good price. Okay. The Dutch want wood. I mean, actually they're changing their mind as I'm speaking. You guys want tools? We can work on that. Paper. Apparently I'm big on paper. Okay. Now can I... Bolivia wants to give me some wine, but they don't really like me in the first place. Just checking. Yeah, I think that's pretty much the best way to check your trade in Victoria 3, which is pretty annoying, but what can you do? Okay, that's a bit annoying that I need to pay administration for it, but let's try it. Just to get any trade going on. And maybe if I could get the trade agreement, then it's going to not really matter that much. It is employing some of my people, unfortunately, but probably okay. And how are you guys looking at it now? United States would accept with an obligation, which I think would be fine. So you guys are still far away. There's actually the volumes of trade routes quite high, but just they have anti-Brazilian lobby. Oh yeah, lobbies, convoys. That is a bit of a problem. Convoys are a bit of a problem. What is my port tech? Yeah, it is as good as it's going to be for a while. I mean, I could build more, but it's just, as always, the problems are workers. Yeah, there's plenty of job seekers at least. But the problem with ports is I would have to be actually paying those people. Okay, how are we doing on those? Okay, yeah, that's working out okay. Steel as well. Okay, 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 okay. This is improving my market somewhat. Just still, the workers are not being paid enough in the grain plantations, so everybody prefers to work on fish. This is so stupid. Everyone in Brazil is eating fish because it's not even worth it to work on the grain. And because everyone from the subsistence farms is employed, so no one's working on it. Though it should be in theory. I guess what it should mean, if I were to look at immigration... Yeah, unused arable land plus 24.3. Some people are moving to Paraguay. They do have greener grass campaign. There are mass of North Germans. Yeah, I mean, just people prefer to... fish is cheaper, so they eat fish. We have 66, but it's not the highest. No, it is 67 here. But compare it. Yeah, there are still 67 here. How is United States looking when it comes to immigration? 90. It's annoying because on the map it scales to the nation, not to the between various nations. So for example, Paraguay is super green but has nearly 80, while the United States have a gray province that has 90. And they have like 3 different mass immigrations right now ongoing. Polish, Alemannic, and Armenians. Why I only had, even though all of those people should be accepted because I have total separation and cultural exclusion. So I think I need to switch my edicts into greener pastures. And yeah, spam them on those 3. I'm not sure if that's necessarily how it works exactly, honestly. Because how did those mechanics work exactly? Okay, 107, that's quite a bit. Okay, eligible as mass migration targets. So if I were to look potential targets. Yeah, I can see everything is potential target here. Though right now I have very high, 107, that's more than United States even have. So let's see if I'm going to have a mass migration coming soon. I don't think it's necessarily how it works, even if I have the highest migration attraction. I think it selects a country first and then selects a nation, state within this country. But I'm not exactly sure how... Oh yeah, this is it. It selects a country first based on mass migration attraction average of all states. Which is obviously horrible for me because I have so many states and most of them are absolutely terrible. Yeah, I have still lower mass migration attraction than Great Britain. Even though I have 3 states that have over 100 migration attraction. So that's rough. Great Britain... What are you doing? Why? Sigh. Fine. Great Britain is going to have good game with those pups. Unless they're starving. Well, close to starving. Right now what would be fun is freeing Tibet and letting all of those people be cut off from the British market. Yeah, the Dutch did get conquer. They did get conquered. Interesting map. French Senegal, which is French still, but they're for some reason they're the British color. But sometimes the colors of those colonies are really weird. I don't really understand what's going on. Feels like the Ethiopian miners have been cooking a bit more than usual in my campaigns. Okay, so I have a few states, but I still need to raise the average migration attraction. So let's see. Here is pretty low. There's not that much unused arable land, and it's pretty much because there's not much arable land here in the first place. Could gain a bit more here, but I would have to fight like United States and the 6, so that doesn't really change that much. Other have pretty okay-ish. Yeah, it's mostly people from other places in Brazil moving here, which is not bad. I honestly want more concentration of my pops. You know what I would really want? To get the... And where is it? What would really actually get me is this freedom of movement. If I could get the second mandate here. Plus 50% mass migration attraction. And then I could even get it on arts academies and universities to increase it even more. But for that, I would need more members. And I mean more mandates as well. We are getting them at better rate, but still not great. Ecuador is actually quite close to joining, but the cohesion is something that worries me. They all are presidential republic with pretty restricted voting rights, so quite far away from me. Enact homesteading. Interesting, but I can't really afford to do this. Do I go for war and hope for a national hero from the Paulistas? I've assumed the national hero would have to be a Paulista himself. It's Brazilian. Unless it's just totally random. Yeah, everything else is... enough. Yeah, they're all Brazilians, it's just Paulista. Also passing present migration attraction. Oh, okay, it's... Australians are coming. Okay, okay. And the curve is starting to go up. I noticed there's a triangle, looks like, again, against Russia. And this time... Wait, what? This is the war where the only goal is to accumulate United States, and the United States are not going for anything? I mean, apparently it's not that great place to live. What can I say? No, it's actually a great place to live. What? What the hell are they doing? Oh, they're starving here. Why? What? Why? What did you guys do here? They do have pretty okay market access. What? This is kind of weird. I guess, yeah, it's pops were being oppressed. Oh yeah, 100%. And 60% here. Yeah, and the discrimination is... Although yeah, that's a good point. I don't think it's the... It's Australians. Sure. Well, there are some things you can easily explain. I do have some free construction right now, so potentially I could... Actually, let's... There's a lot of nations here I could potentially trade with. Wait, Hunan uprising. Oh, Great Britain. I don't think Great Britain has access from Tibet if it's just an uprising. I think they're gonna lose. Wait. State in Hunan, which is a tributary to the Ottoman Empire, is fighting the... What? Okay, got mutual funds, so eventually that will be really nice. So basically what's happening is UK conquered all of this when they could call in Tibet, but in the revolt Tibet is not being called in because it's Dominion, so it has some autonomy. And I have no clue what's going on with this. It's Yunnan War. Oh, it's actually Hunan Yunnan, so it's a totally separate war from this Hunanese uprising, which is just going to win because there's nothing UK can do. And yeah, China just collapsed because of the typing. Apparently that happens a lot on this patch. Glass apparently is broken. What am I using glass for? I'm exporting it. To whom? To France. Sure. Military shipyards. Ah, I guess I do have some more ships. Yeah, it might be a bit early, though they are already moving to Taiwan, so it's... Wait, no, it's actually a revolt. Well, so... It is mimicking life in some ways, just... If you squint and the uprising formed a power block. Don't tell me they're stronger than I am. And they're stronger than I am. Wonderful. They're a military treaty too. I mean, they could unite China if they're actually aggressive enough, I guess. How do they have so much prestige? They have a huge army, apparently. It's counting the conscripts. Yeah, because the game counts conscripts in a really weird way. So let's actually... So currently I have something I wanted to test, actually. 35 army power projection. If I took my army and added just all conscripts available, it shouldn't change anything, right? No. But I think if I actually conscripted them, my prestige would increase. Yeah, it counts conscripts if they are activated. They're number 7 GP. And they are recognized as well. Oh my god. UK, what have you done? I mean, they will probably starve in some amount, but still 72 million. This is interesting, to say the least. Hanoverians are coming this time to support the United States. That's a change. France is fighting Austria. What the hell are they fighting for? Austria is taking Alsace-Lorraine. Oh my god. This is so good. And Ottomans are supporting... We are getting stuff a bit ahead of time, although... I mean, Austria is winning this. At least on paper. Oh my god. Yeah, they actually wouldn't... Yeah, they won't starve. They should be fine. It's if they were still part of the British market, it would be rough, but... They should have enough subsistence farms. Yeah, they have a lot of peasants, so it should be fine. Things are happening on the world map. Things I would never expect to actually see. Those guys are actually not a vassal of Russia. And Paraguay is, unfortunately. These guys still hate me. And I'm slowly fixing my relations with those guys to the north. I think maybe it's time to start working on Bolivia as well. But at the same time, if I keep my influence, I get, yeah, more leverage generation. And I'm pretty close to making Ecuador like me enough. It's going down now, I think. Let's try it. Do you guys want any kind of deal? Like mutual investments? Kind of. I think I already owe them a obligation. One way? This way? No. Things are happening, but don't really mind them. No one would accept me taking their debt, even my allies, which is interesting. But that's... Oh! Granada has some issues. I wonder, would they like me more if I help them? It would be a catalyst for a change of their attitude, I guess. So it's worth trying. For support, ask for diplomat, ask for trader. Okay, that would be good. This will stop too. Yeah, more railway, more good. Okay, and they cautious now. Okay, so it worked somewhat. Yeah, they're liking me quite a bit actually. So that's interesting. Yeah, that's working exactly as the game should. So that's nice. They changed their mind after I decided to support them against Uprising. That's really good, actually. I have to say, it's all of those leverage and also the catalysts, political lobbies, all those things relating to some of this international interaction combined with some internal things. It's working quite nice, I have to say. They haven't fixed military still, but a lot of things are working out quite nicely. Just out of curiosity, let's just raise those conscripts and see what happens. I would need a lot of prestige to actually become a great power, unfortunately. And I am getting 20% intelligence, so that would be rough. Maybe eventually, if I get a few more mass immigrations. Transfer subject. In Balkans, against Great Britain. Ionian Islands, okay. New Brunswick and Mosquito Kingdom liberate Bahamas. What a war. Great Britain did recruit 200 battalions since the beginning of the session, so clearly defensive pact with Chile broken. That's bad. Chile, why do you hate me? Again. You've been good polls for a while. Ecuador still not interested with this. France is guaranteeing me, so I don't really care about changing this. Russia is not a saver, they're invading South America. Chile, yeah, I think they lose relations each time they refuse. It's probably what's happening, it's just not telling me. Yeah, I could think about funding lobbies as well. Getting some more rivals. Scandinavia, oh, Sardinia, Piedmont. Just 3 points. Spain is kind of, I mean, it's actually kind of thematic to be rival to them. Hanover, I mean, it's 3 points. And Scandinavia. Just to get more leverage generation. And I do have a lot of agreements with people. Probably I could prune some of those, but my situation is so difficult in a lot of ways that I think don't really want to change them. Yeah, all of them are starting to like Mutis somewhat. Those guys are even cooperative. Though I have no leverage on them. And not much here. This is increasing. How do you guys are thinking about a trade agreement for a start? No. Okay, they have still cloud of... they have anti-Brazilian lobbies, unfortunately. Oh, and I already have a trade agreement with those guys. So neutral. Yeah, quite a but I think they have an obligation. Paraguay would accept this despite being a vassal. Okay. I don't think... Yeah, I still have obligation to them, so that's not gonna work. But New Granada would accept this one, so sure. And at this point, I'm not really afraid of people investing in my nation because there's nothing to invest. It's pretty much all built. I can just build stuff in other people and just take their gold mines. Something happened with trade? With Russia. Oh, Russia, what did you do? Nothing. Hunan, yeah, Hunan formed. They joined. Oh, Hunan joined the Hunan that was fighting Yunnan. What a phrase. And now they are fighting. And Yunnan is unrecognized. But they do have bigger army than Hunan, who's also unrecognized. Oh, so the rebellion became weaker and it deleted the power block, I guess, as well. Okay. Well, that's interesting development. Yeah, this is amazing that the... Oh, I guess elections were closer than I thought. It's amazing that the trade unions are actually showing up. Okay, we get 90% legitimacy, which is huge. That's very important. Yeah, it just gives... I wonder, does it just give flat loyalists? Yeah, I think it just gives you flat loyalists, which is huge. Already you can see there's less than 1 million radicals. And the population is actually starting to grow much better. Okay, things are slightly better now. I wish, yeah, you can see, because I think in every type of power block it's different, but here, for ideological union, the cohesion is derived from leader legitimacy, which now is pretty high. So it's looking much better. If I was a great power, I would be like within 80, which is pretty good. Still not super good, to be honest. But at least decent. And it's going up. Ecuador is insignificant power, unfortunately. Venezuela is insignificant power. New Granada is minor power, which means I need to focus on them for the most part. Okay. I think I have still lower taxes, yeah. Lower taxes and maximum government wages. That's not necessary. Romanian mass migration. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for showing up. We need more of people like you. Honestly, I'm thinking about reducing more taxes and gaining more edicts. I keep calling them edicts, they're decrees. Let's look at migration. Just normal migration. Actually, migration attraction. Yeah, Sao Paulo, it would increase my average quite a bit. If I became a great power, it would increase as well. Am I building anything? Yeah, gold mines. But that's good. That's good. I want to do that. Also, I was supposed to remove some bureaucracy buildings, but I've never ended up doing it. So hopefully I don't forget in 30 seconds. Okay, let's let the week tick and see this. Wait, where's the correct map point? Bolivia no longer views me as their rival. Good. China accepted demands for investment rates from Russia, which it's 2 states. This one. I have still 51 far behind US and slightly behind Great Britain as well. Is there a ledger for it, maybe? That would be really convenient. Oh yeah, there is. So I'm number 4 currently, which is not bad. I'm just slightly behind Belgium and Great Britain, so I would really want to jump just a bit higher. I mean, the states with the highest migration attraction are in my nation. Austria and Prussia also getting some. Revolution in Brazil. Oh, that scared me for a second. New Granada is damaging relations. Probably, well, antagonistic attitude again. That's not nice. It just helps you guys out. They don't have a lobby against me. And maybe I should start investing in one. Yeah, let's try doing that. I'm still increasing my relations with them, if I recall. Yes, and we do have a trade agreement. You guys are not interested at all. Let's look at both ways. How long you guys are gonna have that obligation for me? 5 years. Okay, that's... well... So let's look at it. Economic dependence on Brazil is barely existent. Trade agreement, and I have a lot of influence. Let's look at some of those nations. How does it calculate when I have... oh, it doesn't show me. I was hoping it would show me how does it calculate influence when you have buildings built in the other nation. But I guess it doesn't really show. No more gold mines available. Are there any peasants with all of those migration? No, it is less and less. Why do you guys hate me so much? We just liked each other. Historical relations with Brazil. Oh, okay, yeah, great. Historical relations with Brazil. Increased relations, okay, fine. Well, I guess the relations are improving as well, so that should be okay. Those guys still like me, so that's fine. Well, though, Peru loves me. More revolutions in China. Yeah, those guys ended up... they're still a tributary of... tributary of Ottoman Empire. Okay. Are they... yeah, they're in their own market, so thank God for that, at least. There was something else I wanted to do. And it's not additional administrative buildings, but I should finally get it done, I guess. I want more conscripts. Honestly, it also reduces political radicalism. Sure. General died. Actually, let's look where I have too much taxation efficiency. In Bahia, actually. So one less, two less, and maybe one less somewhere else in Rio. Okay, that should be a bit more money for the coffers. And I am making some decent money currently, actually. Losing my major power status, that's bad. But just barely. This should be enough. Intelligence, are you guys giving me... you're no longer giving me prestige. Which does make me sad. How is this looking? It looks like the buy orders for coffee are increasing, if that's what it is even showing. How many levels of plantations do I have? Probably not that many, frankly. Sure, let's get those gold mines some better transportation. So I assume it counts all plantations. 15, 35, 40, 45, 60, 80. I would need 50 more. Or more or less. In theory it's doable. The problem is I don't necessarily want to do it in those states because that means there's less arable land. I guess 10 in all of them shouldn't matter that much. Yeah, already they don't have that many people working those plantations. Does anyone anywhere want some coffee so I can increase the price? No. Americans? I guess. Yeah, I mean, I guess if I want to integrate the Paulista, the only thing I can do is get more coffee. But also I need to be the world's biggest producer of coffee and or some other good. And how am I looking? It's coffee or sugar. I can build sugar plantations, right? Yeah, okay. And meat is not really an option because that's not plantations. Yeah, I'm not producing any sugar. Raj is producing like 2,000 units. So it looks like coffee is the only way to go. Or even is coffee. Here. Not significant, but I need to like triple my current production, which is not impossible, I guess. There's... it kind of seems like there's some places that they would want to have coffee. Well, let's just try it. It's not sure if it's going to work, but if I want to have a chance, I think I need to do this. Okay, there's more steel coming from the private industry. That's good. I'm paying a lot of money, but honestly, my credit situation is looking fine. This silly event that causes assimilation of not the people that are discriminated, so it really doesn't make any sense. And frankly, the only good option I see usually is just to pick this one. The deep waters collapse in their cloud. What happened? At least landowners are nowhere to be seen. Pro-French lobby. I mean, honestly, yeah. Lothar Tafel, Intelligentsia Nihilist. There's nothing I really want from you, guy. Would be nice if we could get one more legitimacy, but I guess if not, I can just raise taxes. I lost my standard of living a little bit, looks like. Comparatively, at least. Oh my god, iron is pretty damn expensive. Engines as well, steel. A grain is much cheaper. Fish as well. There's more and more fish. I think it's slowly increasing production of farms as there's more population because there's so many buildings. What am I using with my tobacco? I guess it's the pops? Why are you guys not focusing on coffee? That would solve my issues so much. Coffee is already so cheap. I'm importing coffee. No, that's not gonna happen. It's unfortunate because that's trading with Venezuela, but no. It's we are not importing coffee. Exporting, that's fine. Let's just look by goods. No, apparently I'm only exporting, but maybe it's, if I look at all, France is exporting coffee to me. Okay. Eventually they should stop. Oh, Petite Bourgeoisie no longer likes me, so I lost their bonus to bureaucracy, which is causing me to instantly need to build more bureaucracy buildings. Yeah, I guess my population is growing quite fast as well, which is increasing the costs. And we just get this for my gold mines. There's a bit of mortality. What am I... Wait, I'm not researching anything. What I'm doing... Let's finish this. Then get the dynamite and maybe start working on some rubber. Rubber will be huge in theory. Okay, now I have the bureaucracy back. So I would really prefer them to stay happy. Great Britain fighting France. By the way, France took the Dutch Guiana. What are you guys fighting about? Oh, France has Laos. Oh, both sides are making huge goals. That's interesting. I didn't really see that before, which mostly it's focused on colonies, which I think is fine. So that's good. Though Great Britain is winning the race for Africa pretty hard compared to anyone else, because there's pretty much the French colonies are pretty limited. Wait, Senegal... Okay, well, never mind. This changes things, but not really my fault. I confused those two. There's no longer movement for homesteading. Don't really matter. And those silly guys are still here. Well, fine. They both agree racial segregation is bad because they have reformer, but I cannot remove them because they are too close to the ruler's ideology, who is also a reformer. Which is very silly, but sure. I wonder if it's possible to do this for me now. It's probably being the lead producer is going to be the hardest one, because I need somewhere to just use this coffee, but I have no clue who would even want it. Maybe like someone in Eastern Europe? I guess it's worth trying. I don't really need interest in France because they're already here. I hope. Well, let's see what happens once my interest activates here. Oh, those guys showed up. Building 1,000,000 plantations. Should be done in 2 years, so that gives me a bit more time to maybe finish this. Getting more fish in from Peru. How long did 6 years to the next mandate? Latvian people are moving. Okay, that's what we want. Ecuador is slowly thinking about maybe joining. Need more economic dependence. Those guys are also starting to be interested. The problem is they don't like me. Yeah, anti-Brazilian League here as well. Actually, the French have the biggest leverage here. Wait, I'm still making money despite... Oh yeah, it's actually the private construction was ongoing. They're putting something in where? New Granite. Okay, so let's see. You guys are finished with this, right? In 1 week. They're going to be building even more buildings there, but that's fine, I think. And let's see, what effect does it have on my leverage? Independent, doesn't show up here. Oh yeah, here, 2% of New Grenadine GDP is owned by Brazil, gives you 0 points, which honestly seems kind of low. I mean, 2% is not much, but it's still 2%. Migration attraction, yes, please. I got the more steel and I kind of need it. It will be rough for my iron, and I'm already struggling to produce enough. It's construction sector. Yeah, I think I went for iron construction sectors way too fast. There wasn't that much of a reason to do it. What are my people doing? It's the fish are still the biggest problem. It's all about the fish. Oh god damn you guys. You and your fish. There will be more fish, don't worry. There are peasants in very low numbers. If I could get the customs union, that would change so much. Make things so much easier for me. Spanish uprising. It's interesting. Alsace-Lorraine in the end didn't go to Austria, which is surprising to me. What was this war? Oh, it's the British war that the Brits are losing. Quite hard. Is it over? No. Tripolitania? France never liberated. What scholar they're going to have then? So yeah, it's not that much stuff. What's United Tribes? Oh, it's in New Zealand. Okay. Medium roast. No. Burn it. Coffee plantation throughput. No, that doesn't sound good. Use coffee as a fuel source. Is this serious? Yeah, screw Londoners. Nobody cares about them at this point. Industries want to join Anti-Russian League. And they can lose clout if I want to as well. No, just join. I mean, we all hate Russia. Industries... Oh, the interest groups can join multiple political lobbies, which I wasn't sure was the case. Good to know. They can gain a little bit of radicalism. Those guys can get a bit more pissy. Annoyingly, or they can get... don't want them gaining more support. Can I trade with those guys already? Or not? Please buy my coffee. Please. No, don't. I mean, if I click all of those, it's at least 5, so it's some. Let's just test it. What happens to my coffee prices? Because I think I'm still exporting very small amounts of coffee, so in theory it should have some effect on demand. Yeah, looks like it does have some. Okay, we're very close to increasing the buy orders at least. So that's one step may be done. The production... we're number 7. The production is increasing. We're actually pretty close. Are we going to actually make it? Oh my god. France going for Vietnam. Well, surely that's not gonna bite them in the ass in a couple of decades. Surely. Okay, I think we're about done with the buy orders. I think what I will want is a bit more navy to get more interest so I can sell more coffee to people that really don't want it. That might be the strategy. Privatizing railway. I would really want some kind of way to see how much money I'm gaining from privatization, because I'm not sure if it's anywhere. Okay, let's see. Located in Brazil, any building, and owned by the government. A lot of fisheries still are owned by the government. Hey, Scarlet Owen. Sup? At the beginning of the session, so basically, you've seen this campaign before? Or are you first time watching? Obligation to Paraguay expired. The war is looking very interesting overall. Especially if you look at details. Bolivian attitude worsened. No! That's bad. Revolution in Northern doesn't matter. Mexican people, okay, that's good. That's all I really want is population. The curve is improving, so that's good. Anyone wants to do something? Nope. Now Bolivia is my rival. And I wanted to be your friend, guys. Actually, I should be improving relations with them. Recent concerns. Actually, weakening their rural folk sounds like a great idea. I think I'm already trading with most people in the area, yeah. Those guys still don't like me because of their lobby. I'm not trading with those guys at all, so that's a problem. Guarantee independence. Could try funding those lobbies. Seems like despite going... Yeah, the privatization is giving me some money for sure. Because I should be way in bankruptcy by now. I have been going into deficit for the last 30 years or so. Let's try it. In all of those nations, why not? And see how my money looks after. I'm pretty much already employing all peasants that were there in Brazil, so at this point I don't really need construction that much. I can just stop it if I want to. Oh, there actually some showed up. Probably from the mass immigrations. Which is good. I'm wondering if... Oh, yeah, most of them are here. That's good. They should be actually finding employment very quickly because, yeah, there's plenty of places that have nowhere near close enough. Oh! Victoria Free just crashed. Crash size report 36.4 megabytes. Well, it's... I didn't expect to get a crash in a single player game. Oh, thanks for a follow, Scarlet Owen. So... that's interesting. Give me a moment to restart. Actually, I should be finishing pretty soon. Yeah, Scarlet Owen, if you want to see the previous events of this campaign, you can see on the YouTube. I think it should be... the link should be if you click on the YouTube sign below the stream, probably. Basically, the goal of this campaign is to have a bigger population as Brazil than United States. I had some grand ambitions to have even bigger population than that, but I don't think that's happening. If by the end of this campaign I have bigger population than the United States that haven't been able to fight Mexico because it became a Russian puppet, then I will be happy, but I'm not even sure if that's happening. I should have an autosave, so it shouldn't be too big of a deal. Though, damn. Didn't really get okay, crash like that in a while. Okay, and you guys should be seeing stuff now. Yep. So let's get back into things. Wonder if I missed anything that I've been doing. Let's look at those lobbies. Fund lobbies. Okay, I did that, so I must have just gone an autosave. We stole another guy. to support restore racial segregation. Best part, those two guys actually don't prefer cultural exclusion, that's the current law, but they still support it because of their interest group. This though, that guy I can... Oh, steer? National agitation. I don't really want to worsen my relations with. Get out of here. Actually, I think mine's 15 decree cost at this point. And just get more bonuses to immigration. Too bad I can't see what's the current. I want it to be the most efficient, so it's 46 there. Don't really care because my market is tiny. Doesn't really matter for my internal migration, but the mass migration attraction is based on average migration attraction of every state. So that's what I'm focusing on. There should be a ledger specifically for that. Yep. And I'm number 4 still. Maybe it will do some calculations. Okay, I overtook Belgium. That's great, that's great, that's great. The best states for migration are actually in Brazil, but it's not enough because I have so many pretty poor states. Okay, just about 1 point behind Great Britain. Also, I might need more prestige to stay being a major power. Let's see, who's around me when it comes to prestige? Yeah. Belgium is actually a minor power at this point than the Ottomans. The Ottomans who are still recognized? No, they are unrecognized. Oh, okay. In Scandinavia and Egypt. Somehow, what? They're unrecognized, but they have a lot of prestige. Plus 40%. Yeah, they have huge army, I guess. Yeah, actually pretty decent. The technology is hard to say, but I have a bit of a problem with my bureaucracy, so I just destroyed those buildings for bureaucracy and now I'm building them back, but what can you do? I assume those places will have the most population and population growth eventually, so it's fine to build them up. Okay, suddenly I'm not even sure what's this progress showing. I assume it's the amount of buy orders, but I'm honestly not sure. This guy died. This guy finally died, so there's only one left. The rural folk guy is now a land reformer. Which I don't really... Yeah, the problem with doing land reform right now for me is Poles are coming, okay. I mean, now the mass migrations are happening pretty consistently. The curve is improving even more. The problem with doing land reform is it will remove me a point for Magnanimous Monarch, and already I am... Maybe, I have just the slightest chance to maybe do this journal entry. Basically, I have to succeed with the River of Coffee, because then I can integrate Paulistas, gain 2 points, and if I then also become a great power, then I'm 60%, and when Pedro II dies, I will actually succeed with this. But that's a lot of ifs, and I have only 4 years. So we'll see. Also, I need to sell more coffee to anyone. I'm back to being number 10 producer, which is a decrease to what was before. And if you guys are going to be doing this, then probably better to do it with a better production method. Let's look at the coffee. Yeah, there's barely anyone employed anywhere. Though in Rio Grande, I guess in some places there's a bonus to coffee plantation throughput, so... I mean, maybe I should focus on those, but at the same time those states are just not really populous. You can see they're not really employing that many people. This is because coffee price is just too low. They stop exporting this coffee, or what happened? Yeah, I think I'm already exporting to everyone. New Granada wants industrialists in the government. How did that even work? I guess like that? Sure. Ecuador still won't accept. Venezuela neither. Granada. We have mutual investment pact? Oh yeah, we do. Okay, that's great. Chile would be okay with a defensive pact. Well, I mean, they're already in my block, so don't really care about it. Losing great power status, that's not ideal. I mean, major power status. That's a while before I'm going to be a great power. Let's get some more light ships, I guess, or at this point. I'm not sure if the prestige is differently calculated for man of wars versus the light ships. You'd think it would be, but I'm not exactly certain. Apparently the most job seekers are in Sao Paulo, so let's focus there. There is some more people being employed in the coffee plantations. There are some new production methods, more automation, yes, always yes. Swing machines, why not? Baking powder. There's already nobody employed there, so it doesn't really matter. And this should be fine as well. Super early automation. Publicly traded. I think, yeah. We have low productivity. So shouldn't they have... Yeah, they have low productivity in some places already. But they're owners, they're not producing anything. Why would that... What? Because they're unable to hire? Just getting more tech is probably the best. Okay, I have the plantations, so now the problem is getting people to actually work in those plantations, so I am a big enough producer of coffee. I am probably going to encourage exports, put tariffs on the French coffee. It should increase my own production at least somewhat. So that's good that France, of all places, decided to export coffee. North Germans are now moving in. We are gaining some population. How do I make pops want coffee more? You know what? I'm going to stop importing tobacco and hope that actually does something for coffee as well. Same with fruit, though fruit also counts as food. Let's try with tobacco first. One of my best trade routes, but also pretty good trade route with Venezuela, but All that for coffee. So, how about you guys now buy more coffee instead of cigars? It's more healthy this way. Instead of buying art. Why don't you guys want coffee? What? I'm the wrongest significant to serve coffee. It's still tobacco. 135. Am I just receiving tobacco from other people without me doing anything? Where's tobacco? What? Is it? Yeah, okay, it's here. Yeah, it's Venezuela. They're doing it on their own. So how do I solve this issue? How do I encourage consumption of coffee? Mostly capitalists. Yeah, this is the problem. There's no laborers basically who are drinking coffee. Could reduce access to food as well. I'm not sure how much effect it would really have. Yeah, personally, I don't think this counts as well for the same group as coffee. Like Pops of Wealth 15 to 99. Yeah, luxury drinks. Coffee, wine. Oh, so this actually has nothing to do with tobacco. It's wine that I need to reduce trade. Okay, so let's focus on wine in this case. So all the tobacco was for nothing, but that's fine. I'm learning slowly. Wine. Not importing that much, it's just other people are doing it for me. But I can put, actually, if I look at wine, I have trade agreements with all of those people actually, especially France. So this is not going to do anything for... Now, would I do this crazy thing and break my trade with France? They give me a lot of fish. I sell them a lot of wood. But I don't think our dependence is as big as it used to be. Cloves as well. I think removing the trade agreement and then putting tariffs, it's just not embargoing or anything, but just putting some tariffs might be helping out a bit. Because, I mean, I have 3 years, so I need to do something drastic at this point to be able to do the Magnanimous Monarch. So let's try it. I think they will be open to restarting it eventually. So now, let's look at wine again. Tariffs on imports. Yeah, the import from Chile and Peru is increasing. I mean, frankly, I can end my trade agreement with those guys as well for the time being. It will. Oh yeah, it's hurting my bureaucracy like a truck. But that's fine. It's only temporary, most likely, hopefully. I just need people to drink more coffee, and I will do everything I can. I think those trade agreements will be easily redone so it shouldn't be much of an issue. Let's end all those very small trade routes. Yeah, there's some that are still effective, but yeah, the tariffs are increasing my revenue probably quite a bit currently. Let's focus on those small amounts and keep those more important trade routes for the time being. Bolivia, they're my rival. Nice. Liquor, yep, remove that. Actually, let's see. What effect does all of this have on coffee? Well, some effect. Am I protecting? Yeah, I'm encouraging exports, so there's already tariffs on this. I think there should be some effect at least, though it's very... it's causing way more damage to my economy than it's giving me benefits, but I really want to focus on that if my only chance to actually get it done. I need to massively increase production of coffee. And I have the buildings for it. Yeah, you guys now want trade agreements, which is fine, but... yeah, it seems like they are employing more people in some of those places. Let's see. Okay, okay, okay. We're cooking. There's not that much more. Another association in Austria-Hungary. The people are not really drinking more coffee though. Let's look at wine. It's still coming in. Though it should be decreasing. It's taking time. The time I'm not sure I have. And I'm losing 30% of my tax rate, which is not that much of a problem because I'm not getting that much money in my government from taxes. Again, I guess I will be building those government administration pretty soon anyways, so it doesn't really matter. It's all about that coffee. Yeah, this is subsistence farms, it doesn't really matter. Where's wine again? Okay, yeah, there's the import of wine went way down. Another mass immigration, thank you. Yeah, wine is super expensive now. But coffee, oh okay, now it's increasing ever so slightly. They have an opportunity. Trade agreement. Yeah, I mean, eventually I will want that, yes. Not now. Eventually. Yeah, armed forces don't really matter. Actually, I could solve my prestige problems by doing this. And now this. Yeah. Not too much of a problem. Okay, we're number 6, and it's fairly close. It's just so hard to find anyone who would actually want to import the coffee. Russia has an embargo on me. There's a Venetian market, okay. There's no one in the world who would actually want coffee. Scandinavia would want tiniest amount. I'm afraid to move my interest in case it does something that I wouldn't want it to do. Okay, let's try this. The price does seem to be increasing slightly, both production and demand. This is so silly, but suddenly the entire game about increasing the production and... Okay, number 4. Still, there's not that much demand, apparently. Does lead producer count as number 1 or number 3? Like number 3 is okay too. Might be either. Initialize, tick the game, what? Oh, I somehow what? Foreign political lobby, friendship committee, Venezuelan and Brazilian, that's nice. Great to hear. I'm not sure where I went in the UI, this was quite a mysterious experience, but let's go here. Number 2 world producer, so clearly being number 2 is not enough. But it's still improving. Are we actually going to make it? Destroying my economy to become the number 1 producer of coffee. There's just more demand, please. Yes. Sell it to anyone. This buy orders is kind of silly because 100% of what? It's not balance, it just increased the... So it was like 100 at the beginning of the game or what? So close. Number 2 producer just barely behind Egypt. It's slowing down with the increases. Ah, am I seriously going to be that close and fail? Okay, it's going up and down, and I'm very close behind Egypt. How's wine? Wine is still being imported from some places. Peru and Chile. And I don't think I have trade agreement with them anymore, right? Or do I? No, I don't. So they must have really cheap wine, I guess. Okay, but the import from Chile should be decreasing slowly. It's only Peru that's... What's their price of wine? Yeah, it is fairly cheap. Just nobody's... People are just not interested in coffee, despite the fact that it's cheaper than wine. The pop consumption demands are sometimes so weird. It's so hard to say why they're doing things the way they are. Also, I'm almost bankrupt, but... Well, what can you do? It should mostly solve itself once this is done and I stop construction. So close! Okay, so I need 264 demand, I guess? This is what it's telling me? So how much am I missing? I'm missing like 20. Also, this is saying 388 and this is saying 400. So I'm not sure how does that work. Yeah, we were a party. Fine. Who else could be buying coffee? They are embargoing me. I need a region with a lot of markets. Italy. Seems like it's going to be the place. Let's switch from here to Italy and pray for the best. I think there's some kind of war. Oh yeah, it's the Russian Ionia. Something. I guess the Brits let them go or something. So stupid. It's all about the coffee, man. So important. They're so close. I'm just like 30 units of coffee away. To getting 2 of those done. Okay, that's good. Okay, there's more coffee to be exported. This might be enough. Okay, this is done. Now I just need to become the #1 producer of coffee. I'm so close, man. And a few more people to be employed in those. Oh. I need to be finishing pretty soon. Do I just build a few more plantations? Are there in... They're not in every place that could have them. Let's see, is there a place where they are fully employed? No. So it doesn't really matter. Can I lower transportation costs anywhere? This is also an option. I guess, yeah. I'm so running out of money as well. Put those up there, and this is #1, and this here. I need to raise taxes, I guess. And after this is done, I get it done. So close. Wait. I'm 430. I'm 1 unit of coffee away. I'm getting it done. Come on, man. Just... Okay. It's done. Ah. I can give London's podcast strength or less podcast strength than Plantation's throughput. Oh my god. Oh my god, Brazilian Brazil. Wait, I didn't get for the coffee thing? Oh, I need naval power and then become a great power. Okay, sure. Oh my god, the coffee wars have finished. I can get my trade agreements back up. Before I forget. I still have some issues with bureaucracy. I assume they're gonna fix themselves soon. Oh, it's all the coffee trade routes. God. There actually some of those are giving me money, but barely. Oh my god. Frankly, even those I should remove because they're not giving me enough money to be worth the bureaucracy cost. Oh wow. Where's the bureaucracy cost? I guess all of those traders are pretty okay. Okay, this was clutch. And now the coffee market is going to collapse, and frankly, I really don't care anymore. Yep. About to stop being the #1 producer. It's probably going to generate a fair amount of radicals, because all of those people are going to be fired. But, oh, that was done. Okay, GG guys. The coffee war was done. A small victory to end this. I mean, the GDP still somehow increased. We are finally gaining some population. So it looks like the strategy of going for migration attraction, mass migration attraction, is starting to give some benefits. We actually overtook Great Britain, but are now slightly behind Belgium. Once we actually get into the #1 spot, probably having so many states is going to be beneficial. Hopefully. But still getting to even 30 million by the end of this campaign might be difficult. Well, actually, it will be easier once I have an actual customs union. Wow. I'm still not even getting the second mandate. It's very slow. Oh, I think those guys stopped being minor powers, and that's why. Yep. Just unfortunate. There's... Yeah, all the minor powers in South America are not in my power block. So the customs union is a while away, and the migration principle is also a while away. Hopefully it's going to speed up eventually. Yeah, GG. And actually I'm going to be streaming tomorrow fairly early. So see ya there. GG.